Have you ever wondered how the world transitioned from the Dark Ages to a period of enlightenment and creativity? Welcome to the Renaissance, a period that changed the course of history. This remarkable epoch, which spanned from the 14th to the 17th century, marked a significant shift in Europe's cultural and intellectual landscape. It all began in the beautiful, bustling cities of Italy, and from there it spread across the continent, lighting up the world with a new perspective. The Renaissance, aptly named for the French term meaning rebirth, represented a break from the medieval era and a leap towards the modern world. It was a time when art, science, music and literature flourished, and humanity's view of itself and its place in the world underwent a profound transformation. So fasten your seatbelts, history buffs, as we're about to embark on a fascinating journey through this era of rebirth and discovery. Join us as we journey through this fascinating era of rebirth and discovery. The Renaissance, or rebirth, was born out of the ashes of the Middle Ages. This was a period of great transition, a time when Europe began to shake off the constraints and constrictions of the Middle Ages to embrace a new, enlightened era. The fall of the Byzantine Empire in the 15th century was a significant factor in the birth of the Renaissance. As the last vestiges of the Roman Empire crumbled, the ancient Greek and Roman texts that had been preserved in Byzantium began to spread across Europe. These texts sparked a renewed interest in the classical knowledge and wisdom of the ancients, igniting a thirst for knowledge that would fuel the Renaissance. Around the same time, Europe was emerging from the shadow of the Black Death, one of the deadliest pandemics in human history. This catastrophic event, which wiped out about a third of Europe's population, brought about profound changes in societal structures and values. It forced people to question the established norms and beliefs, leading to a greater emphasis on individualism and a shift away from the rigid hierarchies of the Middle Ages. Hand in hand with these dramatic events was the rise of humanism, a philosophical movement that placed human beings rather than divine or supernatural matters at the center of the universe. Humanism encouraged people to question, to explore, to seek out knowledge and truth. It emphasized the worth and potential of the individual, fostering a spirit of intellectual curiosity and creativity. These factors, the fall of the Byzantine Empire, the aftermath of the Black Death, and the rise of humanism, converged to bring about a seismic shift in societal values and perspectives. They challenged the old order and paved the way for a new era of critical thinking, exploration, and innovation. These events set the stage for an era of exploration, creativity, and intellectual curiosity. And so the Renaissance, a period of rebirth, was born, heralding a time of unparalleled cultural and intellectual growth that would forever change the course of human history. The Renaissance was not just a period of cultural rebirth, it was also a golden age of art and science. The period saw unprecedented advancements in these fields, driven by a newfound curiosity and a desire to break away from the shackles of the past. The world of art was forever changed, with artists striving to capture the beauty of the human form and the world around them in more realistic ways. This was the era that gave birth to the technique of perspective, a method that allowed artists to create an illusion of depth and space in their work, transforming two-dimensional canvases into windows to the world. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo became household names, their works epitomizing the spirit of the Renaissance. Da Vinci's Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, and Michelangelo's David and the Ceiling of the Sistine Chapel are perfect examples of the artistic genius of the time. But the Renaissance wasn't just about art. The period also saw a significant shift in scientific thinking. The scientific method emerged, a systematic approach to observing, experimenting, and interpreting the natural world. This method encouraged skepticism and refusal to accept anything without empirical evidence. It was a radical departure from the reliance on religious doctrine and ancient texts that had previously dominated scientific thought. One of the most profound scientific revelations of the Renaissance was the heliocentric model of the universe. Proposed by Nicholas Copernicus, this model placed the sun, not the Earth, at the center of the universe. This was a revolutionary idea that challenged centuries of geocentric belief and paved the way for modern astronomy. The Renaissance was indeed a remarkable period of human history. It was a time when art and science flourished together, each feeding off the other, each pushing the boundaries of human understanding and creativity. It was a time of exploration, discovery, and innovation. These advancements revolutionized the way we understand and interact with the world around us. The Renaissance was a period of great individuals who left an indelible mark on history. Let's start with the polymath genius, Leonardo da Vinci. Beyond his legendary paintings like the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, he was also an inventor, scientist, mathematician, and engineer. His intricate sketches of human anatomy, flying machines, and war devices demonstrate an insatiable curiosity and innovative spirit that was centuries ahead of his time. Today, Da Vinci's multifaceted genius continues to inspire and inform various fields, from art to technology. Next up, we have Michelangelo Buonarroti, another towering figure in the arts. Famous for his sculpture of David and the awe-inspiring frescoes on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo's work exemplified the Renaissance's emphasis on humanism and naturalism. His mastery over marble and paint still captivates millions today, reminding us of the limitless potential of human creativity. Moving on to the realm of science, we encounter Nicholas Copernicus, the man who dared to place the sun at the center of our universe. This heliocentric model was revolutionary, challenging the long-standing geocentric model that had dominated scientific thought for centuries. Copernicus's courage to question accepted truths ignited a scientific revolution that forever changed our understanding of the cosmos. Lastly, we have Johannes Gutenberg, whose invention of the movable type printing press transformed the dissemination of knowledge. Books, previously a luxury few could afford, became accessible to the masses. This ignited an information revolution, fostering literacy, spreading ideas, and ultimately shaping the modern world as we know it. These individuals not only shaped the Renaissance, but they also laid the groundwork for future generations. Their contributions continue to reverberate through the corridors of time, reminding us that the spirit of the Renaissance, the thirst for knowledge, the courage to innovate, and the pursuit of artistic excellence, is as relevant today as it was more than 500 years ago. The Renaissance was more than just a period, it was a movement that changed the world. As we journey further into the depth of this era, let's explore the profound impact it had on various aspects of life and how it paved the way for the world as we know it today. In the realm of religion, the Renaissance was a catalyst for change. It challenged the dominant Catholic Church's absolute authority and laid the groundwork for the Protestant Reformation. The critical thinking and questioning spirit nurtured during this period allowed for the emergence of diverse religious thought and practice. Politics, too, was not untouched by the Renaissance. The focus on humanism and individualism led to a shift from feudal systems to more centralized governments. This emphasis on the individual's worth and rights was instrumental in the eventual development of democratic principles. In education, the Renaissance introduced a more holistic approach to learning. The period's scholars and thinkers integrated the sciences, arts, and humanities into a broad-based curriculum, encouraging a well-rounded education. This multidisciplinary approach still forms the foundation of modern education systems. Art, of course, was profoundly transformed during the Renaissance. Artists began to experiment with perspective, light, and shadow, bringing a new depth and realism to their work. This period saw the birth of some of the world's most renowned masterpieces, and its influence is still seen in art today. Beyond these areas, the Renaissance's impact reverberates in countless other facets of life. It fostered an environment that valued inquiry, creativity, and innovation, traits that continue to drive progress in the modern world. The Renaissance was not merely a chapter in our history books, it was a seismic shift that forever altered the course of human civilization. It broke the shackles of the medieval mindset, replacing it with a thirst for knowledge, a celebration of human potential, and a renewed appreciation for the beauty of the world around us. The Renaissance was a beacon of light that led us out of the Dark Ages and into the modern era. This period of enlightenment has shaped our world in countless ways, and its echoes continue to resonate in every corner of our lives. The Renaissance was indeed a rebirth, a period of unprecedented growth and discovery. It was a time when the human spirit bloomed, giving birth to an era of enlightenment that forever changed the course of history. We journeyed from the burgeoning of the Renaissance, a period that broke the shackles of the Middle Ages and ushered in a new epoch of thought and creativity. It was when art and science flourished, creating a vibrant tapestry of human achievement that still astounds us today. We met key figures who left indelible marks on this era, their contributions laying the foundation for much of our modern world. These luminaries of the Renaissance were pioneers, whose innovative ideas sparked a revolution in thought and culture. Finally, we saw the lasting impact of the Renaissance, its influence reaching far beyond its time, shaping our world in countless ways. As we reflect on the Renaissance, we realize that it was more than just a period in history. It was a revolution of the human spirit.